Tiny, it is officially the month to where the spirit of Halloween can open the doors and flourish in its full strength. It's the time of year to where people that love to wear black but are forced into a world full of colorful clothing can get by with everything is black and everything is spooky themed. And oh my God, here's
the hot clown girls.
It is time
evil clown girls.
for Spooktober.
Yep.
Oh, it's Spooktober.
Yep,
I'm
we're doing
so
Spooktober again this
I'm
season.
so excited for some Spooktober just because
it was so fun last year.
Spooktober is
we wasn't even going to do it until you mentioned it the other day.
Yeah, well, hell, it's
and I
spooky
was like,
season.
Why would we not do this?
If everybody else can get pumpkin spice latte season, I can get spooky season on Spooktober.
Exactly.
Because, mind you, I love pumpkin spice lattes, so there's no slander there. I love them. But I also love the spookies.
I get one once a year.
Dude, I got a free one.
Well, that's awesome.
I was just walking through the store, over there at Food City, they've got the fucking Starbucks in there. I'm walking through there, and I just had to go to the store. So I went to the store by myself because I was like, Trudy, just stay here. I'm going to go take a walkabout. She's like, huh? A walkabout. I'm going to the store, and I'll do all this. You can stay here. She's like, oh, okay. I'm doing things. So she's doing things. I think she was reading. And I went to the store, and I just was greeted by a lady once I was in like the second or third aisle. It was like I achieved some kind of quest objective. And it was a fucking weird internet, like a weird, universe, transaction that occurred. Cause I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get out. I'm going to get some groceries. I'm going to walk around. I'm going to get some outside of the house time because I've been holed up in the house for a few days. And I was like, I was needing to get out. But I also did, if I was going to get out, if you get out of the house, you got to spend money.
Not always, but oftentimes, yeah.
And if you don't plot where you're spending that money's probably going to be wasted. So if I'm going to have a walkabout and get out of the house,
it depends how you define a waste.
There are ways that would be better. Money could be better spent.
There's always ways money can be better spent, but you know what? Sometimes that candy bar, I needed that.
That's true. Just so I'm there. I'm having a little walkabout, and it's in the grocery store, and I get to like the third or fourth aisle, and as I'm going down the aisle, at the end of the aisle, this lady just kind of walks around the corner carrying a tray of pumpkin spice lattes that are in like a special like slotted tray.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, would you be interested in having a pumpkin spice latte? I'm like, oh yeah, how much do they cost? Do I just ring it up? She's like, oh no, these are free today because it's pumpkin spice latte day.
Was it a hot one or a cold one?
It was an iced pumpkin spice latte.
That's how I prefer mine.
Yeah, dude. That's the way to go. Iced pumpkin spice latte.
I don't mind the warm ones.
The warm ones make my teeth feel furry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they absolutely do.
Like the warm ones allow all of the stuff that's in there to float to the top instead of mix throughout because the heat and the dispersion and everything's making it rise up into the crema up on top, the natural crema that appears on the coffee. Like it's all going to collect up there. And it's going to get all up in your teeth, all up in my mustache. So I'm getting it iced. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. See,
just one free pumpkin spice latte from the universe because I was at the right place at the right time.
And that's awesome. One of the things that I miss about working at tech is the beginning of each semester. Like the little fast food places are often but the employees are oftentimes students with a couple of regulars from Chartwell's. So Starbucks was one of the places on campus.
Mm-hmm.
So their training was, you're going to make all of our drinks. That's how you're going to learn. We're going to make them all. And then they would walk around and ask the other employees, hey, would you like one of these? So I'd be working, either putting up stock or cooking something sweating. And here comes this pretty little 20-something with like, hey, I got some fancy coffee things. You want one for free? Absolutely, I do. What you got? And that was where I got the first iced caramel macchiato thing. It was so good.
Once you taste the ability for coffee to be something different than what you've been able to have at a house,
it's also so much better when it's free.
It does make it a lot better when you're not paying that sticker. Because we go to Seven Brew a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And Seven Brew is delicious coffee. I've grown into a part of the brew crew. I'm good.
Yeah, I still need to go over there and try it. I'm not a huge coffee drinker, but sometimes I want one that's like uber sweet and like quote unquote girly, but I usually just don't because all the sugar.
They have zero sugar
I
everything.
know that's why I want to go there and try it.
Like sometimes I
Because
go.
I can still get the frou super sweet thing and not have my body try to kill me.
Yeah, you can get it just zero sugar on majority of things that they got. Like you just got to tell them zero sugar, or if they say there's not a zero sugar option, that means you can do it mostly zero sugar and do a low sugar version.
Yeah.
Just because they don't have an option for zero sugar doesn't mean they can't make it less sugar for you.
Right. Like if it ends up a couple of grams of sugar, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm all about them just making it a sugar-free version of stuff because they'll do sugar-free drizzles and everything. But this morning I got the big pumpkin spice latte from them because it's now the season for it.
I mean, I should probably go get one of those.
It's so good
It is
there.
about time for me to have one.
It is so good because they do
I didn't get mine last year.
they do a pumpkin spice blondie there.
Mm-hmm.
That if you're gonna have a sugar sacrifice, like that's it. Like I had to get it at least once that was unadulterated by putting the sugar-free everything in there because there is a difference in taste just because that's the way it fucking works.
Oh yeah.
You know, you can't have your cake and eat it too and it not have tons of fucking carbs and sugar.
Yeah. Well, so there's a little coffee shop in Baxter. I had a delivery to the little ice cream shop that's there and then to the little coffee shop. And so I walked in there and I had like their 40,000 jugs of milk.
Yes.
And she's like, I made this. You want it? And I was like, what? She's like, I made this. Do you want it? I was like, ma'am, you got to be a little more specific because.
Please don't hand me a fucking matcha.
Yeah, well, it was a styrofoam cup that I couldn't see the contents. And I was like, what is it? She goes, well, it's got like 6 different vanillas in it. And I was like, sure. And she's like, and it's iced. And I'm like, cool, because iced, it's always better than regular.
Yeah.
And so I set all the stuff down, took it. I drank about half of it before I had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, my blood is starting to feel like sizzling bacon. And I'm like,
Was it that sugary?
Yeah. And before I poured it out, I actively looked in the cup where I hadn't previously. And I'm like, is that just creamer? I was like, no wonder.
She might have made you a breve.
I don't know, but it looked like it was just creamers.
I didn't know breves fucking existed until I found out
You
what
got
a
to
breve.
tell me what that is.
I'm about to right now.
Okay.
A breve is going to be where you're substituting the amount of milk that you would put into a larger drink with a half and half mixture.
I mean, maybe.
And like half and half mix is supposed to be measured out when you're creamifying something by the tablespoons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is whenever you get something done in a breve style, it's measured in the glug 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 glug.
I mean, it could have been. I had earbuds in, so I didn't hear a lot of what she said.
Yeah,
I just heard like iced and like 17 vanillas.
If you go Americano, it's going to be a layered,
Yeah,
kind of. Okay, you got.
Yeah, I know a lot of coffee terms, just that one I didn't know.
Yeah, breve is going to be so fucking creamy that the sweetness can just power through. You got to have a strong coffee, and that's the thing about chain coffees like Seven Brew and Starbucks. They have a reliable, consistent flavor to their bean and coffee.
I like an affogato. Not gonna lie.
Is that the ice cream coffee?
No, that's the coffee, and they take the cream, but instead of mixing it, they just blorp it in the top, and it just kind of runs through it.
Yeah, they make ice cream affogatos too. Affogato.
Yeah, I didn't know they made ice cream ones.
Yeah,
but I just get it like that because you get through the layers, like it gets progressively more sweet, and I kind of like that about it.
Yeah,
instead of just like, the taste changes as you drink it, and that's what I like. I've seen people get them and then mix them, and I'm like, you're literally defeating the entire purpose of what that's supposed to be.
Hey, I had brought us something to snack on, and I figured I can get your reaction to it because it's a decently healthy snack.
Okay,
it's something that
would it be this thing?
Yeah, it's available at most stores, and you might pass them by in the aisle and not know what they taste like or don't taste like. I've had 2 flavors of these.
Oh, it's made by Robert Irvine.
Yes,
Irvine.
Yes,
Irvine.
And
that dude's jacked.
He is. He's a jacked man. But this is his Fit Crunch bar, and the strawberry one that I just got through. they're delicious, but
Milk and cookies. Okay.
milk and cookies is this flavor. The strawberry strudel ones are incredible. All the little protein puffs.
I don't know why that was such a struggle to open this.
Oh yeah, these things are made out of a weird, like it might be tinfoil, might be plastic wrap.
Like it smells. It smells like a protein bar.
Yeah, I've packed a couple of these and not ate one yet. Like there's a couple floating in my lunch bag because I keep getting food for lunch instead of eating one of these and then getting lunch later on in the day. So this will be me trying it with you and figuring out whether or not I'll eat the rest of them. So,
Hey,
cheers. That's a protein bar.
it's just a protein bar.
It's nothing special.
I mean, I like the protein bar taste though.
Of the protein bars I've had, actually, this is not in the lower echelon of them.
I'd say it's a mid tier. It's not super minerally.
It gets better as you're chewing it because everything melts together. It's kind of cookie dough flavored.
We'll see.
Oh, now I dig it.
Now, I really like the minerally ones though.
Like a power bar?
Yeah. I don't know why. I just really like the minerally taste.
Like those chewy ones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The ones most people are going to absolutely hate are the ones I like the best.
Dude, I get it. I used to fucking live off of power bars. Not literally, because you can't. You die. It'll shut your kidneys down and your liver.
No one can handle that much power.
Reminds me of an old YouTube skit that I saw where a guy was like a Jersey Shore kind of clone idea. He's like, you know what I fucking love? Jaeger bombs. I fucking love Jaeger bombs. Jaeger bombs. Jaeger bombs. I could shower in that shit. He was just a dude, and he was just talking about all the things he would do to get jacked and get ready for the gym, and he was like screaming, "Power bar, protein powder, steroids."
I'm gonna say that if your drink of choice is ever just Jaeger straight, I'm going to distrust you.
There's reasons.
Mac
loves straight Jaeger.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Because we were all playing Star Citizen the other night, and he was like, "Hold on, guys, I'm gonna go make me a drink real quick." All right, dude. So he goes and he comes back, and I was like, "What'd you get?" He goes, "Jaeger," and I said, "And?" He goes, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Jaeger and?" He was like, "No, it's just Jaeger." I said, "Who hurt you?"
That's disgusting.
It is. It's like Jaeger bombs are good.
Yeah, because there's something with it.
Yeah, it's good with a lot of other things. It has to be the smallest percentage of the entirety.
Oh, it's like, I know you like Long Island iced teas. Here's tequila. Like,
yeah.
Like, wait, hold on. That's an ingredient to something, like an LIT, but that's not the full thing.
No. And I do like a lot of, liquors just neat. That's definitely not one of them.
Dude, I love a good warm whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Like, I know some whiskeys are made to be to be chilled or served a certain way, like in a glass with that circular like ice cube, da-da-da. But some whiskeys are better like at a room temp or slightly warmer when served.
Whiskeys are supposed to be served room temp or with 2 ice cubes, preferably whiskey stones, unless it's a particular kind, because if it's aged a certain way, it has more of the oils in it. And so a couple of drops of water actually brings out the full flavor of it. Because you remember when we did the Scotch tasting, we did that, and it drastically changed the taste. Just 2 little drops of water.
Yeah, I've grown more accustomed.
That was not a good one though.
No, monkey shoulder.
Yeah, that one was. Not
it was.
One.
It's still people like monkey shoulder. I don't know why.
Like of the scotches I've had, that was another one.
No, I'm more of a Johnny Walker kind of fan. If you're going to get that,
I mean,
if you're I just might as well get some Johnny Walker if I'm going to pay the kind of price there.
I'm like a Glenlivet kind of guy. If I'm getting a cheap bottle, now if I'm wanting to spend some money, I'm going to get me some Macallan. Preferably the Macallan 25.
Oh yeah, I've never had that.
Oh, there's a reason it's expensive.
Yeah.
Because remember when we had the cigar and scotch bar, or the cigar bar, they did like fancy scotches too. Because occasionally they did scotch tastings. So I would go and I would do that and buy a cigar or two, because they usually had like a rarish one that you could get for not a lot of money. Because occasionally I like a cigar. Anyway, I'm getting off track.
You're not.
So one of the lady there was a rep from McKellen. If you just buy a shot of that, it was $135 for a shot of McKellen 25. So she's there, and I'm talking to her, and she was super nice, super hot. We was just having a really good conversation about the different scotches and cigars. She was smoking one, I was smoking one, and she goes, well, of all the stuff in here, what's the one that you want to try but you don't want to pay for? How much? That McKellen 25. She goes, well, that's like the major brand that I do. So she just reaches behind the bar, gets it, and pours me like $270 worth and says, here you go. It's on the house.
Fucking tits.
Yes. She had those.
Speaking of alcohol, actually, at the
it was some of the best whiskey I've ever had.
At the shop that we partake in all of our workings at, they have a new brand of these drinks that are seltzers that are made to mimic like mocktails. They have 10 milligrams of them hippie calories in there. Yep, as the Gump would say. They're a brand called Oracle. Now, the one that I had earlier today that I'm going to drink an entire one of throughout this episode is going to be the Hurricane, because I've had this flavor. I know this flavor. It is delicious to me. The one that I have not tried that I was curious about can go one of two ways for me. It can be too sour, or it can just it can be too weak, and it is the margarita flavor. So,
because a good margarita has got a very specific flavor.
Yes. So we'll find out if it's too sweet, too sour. What kind of ratio did we get on this margarita? I'd already gave them a pre-crack tumble. I don't shake them. I like to give them one of these. I don't really think that does anything to it, but that's just a weird thing I do.
Probably not, but
so here we go.
90% of the time before I fill up my tank, I still shake my juice bottle. So
this has got a total of 8 grams of carbohydrates in it for the entirety of it,
and they're gluten free.
And it is 10 hippie calories for this whole can. Hot damn!
So they did good.
Let me get another one.
Did they add the salty taste or no? Because I've had some margarita flavored things that they put just a little bit of salt in there.
I was scared that it would have that. It doesn't have that.
Yeah, if it's just a very, very minimal amount.
That's a really crisp, like fresh lime kind of flavor going on in there too. Like that's stellar. Let me see. Time me 1, 2, 3.
I thoroughly enjoyed the sounds you made. Not in a weird way.
I'm waiting on the burp because that was a lot of spicy water.
Mm-hmm.
That's delicious.
Mm-hmm. So halfway through what you said, I realized what you said.
What'd I say?
You said time me?
Yeah.
But like sometimes you say time, and I was like,
no,
I don't understand.
That's good. That was.
But I'm just here.
Oddly enough, that didn't produce the giant gaseous bubble that I thought it was going to. It's going to happen when I least expect it.
Maybe it'll fall and come out your butt.
Oh, no. Oh, there it is. Oh, geez. That's not a burp. That's a theme song.
Oh, gather round, ye mates of mine, for tales of nerds and lore. Your best friends on a podcast line with laughs and chats galore. From comics bright to movies grand and games we love to play. We'll sail the seas of fandom land in our own nerdy way. Heave ho, raise a glass to the stories we entwine with laughter loud and knowledge vast, nerded through the grapevine. Heave ho, come join the crew, we'll share our tales divine. From D&D to MCU, nerded through the grapevine.
Hi, everyone. I'm Austin, Shazam. You want to play? Pfeiffer.
And I'm Tiny, and I'm the captain now.
And we are Nerd Through the Grapevine, the podcast where your best friends gather weekly to talk about our favorite parts of past, present, and future nerd culture. This week, we're getting into Spooktober by talking about a little bit of some horror movie icons that are a little bit less of the serious take on how scary things can be. You know, some of those comedic scares.
Well, some of them, my favorite are the unintentionally funny, because there's two different kinds. There's the intentionally funny and the unintentionally funny. Because, like, the intentionally funny would be like Shaun of the Dead.
Yes.
Like, and unintentionally funny would be something like The Leprechaun.
Leprechaun was not intended to be funny.
It was not, but it was hilarious. Now, subsequent iterations of it, they steered into the skid.
Yeah.
But the first two of them were supposed to be serious.
Like, Jennifer Aniston was in the first one.
Yeah. Which is weird.
Yeah. Let me think. When I'm thinking of, like, a comedic scary, like, I'm not talking like a dark comedy, because there's a lot of those that have come out here recently. I'm talking like these characters, like, you got so scared of one character that I found so funny the entire time it existed,
Well,
that you had to shit in the yard.
yeah.
You had to go out into the yard and shit in the yard because your sister had put up a resemblance of them on the door that was close to the bathroom. So you couldn't go. You couldn't go by that poster. It would get you.
And I've still not watched that movie since then.
It would get you.
I was also like 5,
and that was Chucky.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Child's Play scared you so bad. Not even the movie, just
That's
the character.
how they got caught. Is my mother saw me shitting on the rose bushes because I knew I shouldn't be outside and pooping, but I couldn't go down the hallway because Chucky was there. She was, yeah. Looking back, it's pretty funny.
It's traumatizing, but also funny.
Oh yeah, it's funny. I mean, you could ask my sister about it. She loves telling that story.
I'd imagine so.
And she does this thing that it drives me nuts every time. She'll go, Chucky, and I'm like, I hate when she does it, but she gets joy out of it, so I just let it happen. It's my sister, and I love her.
You got to let her have a little bit of joy whenever you can.
Yeah, because she doesn't do a good job of picking on me. She tries still, but I end up picking on her more than anything. And it's all in love, you know. But,
so you've seen?
I'll let her have that one.
Have you seen the Chucky movies?
No, not since then.
Never?
I've only seen the first one when I was 5 years old. I've never watched them since then.
Hold on a second.
And it took until I was like 18, 19 before I watched any horror movies since then, because they all just scared me. Even like Dracula Dead and Loving It, I got scare roused because of that movie. And it's just supposed to be funny. It's not supposed to be scary. But I had so many nightmares and weird boners from the vampire ladies.
I remember the character from Child's Play. His name was what?
Just that long pause after that was.
That was spoopy. I would hate to have nightmares over shit like that.
Yeah, but no, it was after after I said weird boners. It was like he was like, I'm not touching on that.
I'm not touching on your weird boner.
No, please don't.
Because I was about to tell. Because I was looking up the.
It me funny.
What a weird boner would do that.
I mean, maybe that's why I like evil clown girls or something.
Ade du Dambala. Give me the power, I beg of you. as he's.
Did you just shit my pants when you said that?
Yes, that's what happened. Yeah, it's the primary incantation for the like Charles Lee, I think Ray, is trying to get his soul put into a child's body so he can have youth again, but he's stuck in a doll.
Is that how Chucky become a thing?
Yes.
Okay, because I knew it was like a serial killer in a doll. Obviously I can't remember any details. I was 5.
Yes, he is. The spirit Damballa is a Haitian voodoo god that he has offered, his services to through blood right sacrifices in order to achieve the immortality through going body to body as he ages. But he has only achieved one transmutation of his soul, and that was transmutation of soul from human body into now a doll, which was based off of the doll called the My Buddy, which I have in the garage at my mom and dad's house. The Child's Play doll, My Buddy, that I used to just hang out with all the time. He wasn't as sinister as Chucky because he, of course, was just a blonde hair, blue eyed little boy, not a redhead like the demon children, the Gingers are. But
I mean, I have brown eyes.
3 of them.
I don't know. I've never seen one of them.
I thought everybody did the mirror trick. Just check it out.
Do you understand the vast array of mirrors I would need to get around my grundle?
Every time somebody says vast array, I think of a big ass fucking gun for difficulty. He's having too easy of a time hitting with the vast array. Inconveniences.
Oh no, I just kind of pictured a hall of mirrors.
Tiny's butthole repeating. That's my band name.
No, I mean just to get around to the butthole.
That's just a walkway. Poor little Timmy.
I mean, if I knew how to mix,
Mommy.
If I knew how to mix paint colors, I could mix the color of your butthole.
You had to stare.
Seen it.
Yeah, you had to stare. Oh, he's painting a sunflower. No, that's not a sunflower. That's a weird coloration for that sunflower. Is that that's a butthole. Why does it have that kernel on the side? Sorry to go full Gaffigan.
Yeah, I was like, you went Gaffigan.
I went full Gaffigan whenever I got to talking about a hemorrhoid on the butthole. Thanks for joining us, everyone. If you want a little bit of extra grapes, all you got to do is get onto the TikTok. There's some shorts on there highlighting some of our funnies that we've had along the way. I'm the only one on TikTok a lot of times, just doom scrolling and just carrying on, so that's why it's on my TikTok. So if you want to get on there, look up austin.shazam.phi on TikTok. You'll be able to find all the grape reels on there, as well as getting onto our Patreon for some extra squeeze. For $5 a month, you will have an extended episode that is uncut directly from record button to record button. No shenanigans are left out. If you get on the $10 tier of our Patreon, you get the uncut video as well, along with special videos and special segments that we do just for the $10 tier. Get on there, get all of our extra content, help support the podcast, and we would appreciate it greatly.
That's my peanut butter.
Have you ever been sitting in your car listening to us and you go, I wonder what these two chuckleheads look like while they're, laughing hysterically, or I just really want to see their reaction? Get on YouTube. You can see that there. The video releases every Friday. I mean, it's not uncut like, if you was on a Patreon, but you still get to see. And then if you scroll down to the description, you look there, there's a link that'll take you over to the Discord. We call that the Backyard Bonanza. You can talk to us directly. We're on there live, uncut, uncensored, and irrevocably circumcised. So anyway, tell me more about Chucky.
I don't want to. I'd want to talk more like Jim Gaffigan. Okay. I think the seltzer kicked in.
Okay, so my favorite of those goofy kind of scary movies was the Leprechaun series.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, it started off as a serious. The way they defeated them at the end of the first one, spoiler alert, but if you've not seen it came out in 93. You're probably not going to then.
No.
Was they would throw shoes and he would instinctually run over there and shine them. So as they're running away from the house, they've got a box of shoes that they're throwing one out of at a time.
Why you? Quit your.
The best part is they started it in the first one too. Well, he would say limericks as he killed people.
Yeah.
Let me make the robot tell me a couple of
Oh,
them.
give me some of them limericks. I'll tell you who they are real quick. Warwick Davis, who is actually one of the most prolific actors of our time for fantasy stuff. Because if there ever comes like a role to where you're thinking of like somebody that needs to be a smaller person to carry on these roles, like he's been in a majority of them. He was also in Labyrinth. He was in Willow, which is a cool little fantasy franchise taking place at time of Sword and Magic. Give me a little bit of those limericks here.
Okay, I've got the ones from the original one. There was once a thief bold and brash who thought he could snatch up my stash. But his greed sealed his fate, and his death won't be late. I'll gut him and turn him into ash. So he would say these as he did whatever violence on that person that he would do. My favorite, because like we said, there's different series. Let me get back. I'll read you another example, and then we'll circle back.
Okay.
Because he would come because they would find his gold and then be like, look at this gold, and they'd have it in their hands and try to make plans to do something with it. Well, then he would come and try to kill him to get his gold back. That's premised all of them, basically. My gold is the key to my power, and you stole it. You stole it this very dark hour. Now your end will be gory, but oh, what a story. I'll plant you just like a spring flower.
And he's singing this whole thing with the same little leprechaun dancing back and forth. Meanwhile, gory rar.
He was also Wicket from Star Wars.
Oh yeah, he was quite a bit of things.
I was looking through all these different things. He's been in a bunch of stuff. The Harry Potters. He was the Goblin. He was a teacher. He's been all over the place.
See,
He's been in space.
My favorite. Okay,
He's been in the Hood twice.
yeah, those were my favorites. Leprechaun in the Hood.
And Leprechaun
one
2, back to the Hood.
Yeah, the best kill from him was he walks into a house party, and all these guys are standing around smoking, doing some gardening with the what would you call them? The big water attachment dealios, water apparati.
Yeah, he was watering his garden.
Yes. And they're like, "Hey, little man, you want some of this?" And he goes, I could go for a lovely watering attachment, but 4-letter word."
Yes.
And he does it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is awesome." Well, one of the guys pulls one of the gold coins out of his pocket, and he's just kind of fiddling with it, and he goes, "Me gold," and then he says one of his limericks, and then sticks that water device inside of the man, and that's how he does it.
Stabs him with it?
Yes, through the stomach region. It was...
Stabs him through the stomach with a water pipe.
Yes.
I forgot.
Yep.
So many of these unalivings that have taken place within... because the different serials that go on with because they are all serial unalivers.
Yes.
So I would say that they, it kind of blends in, like, how did they do this? How did they not do that with a lot of them for me? Some people are actual, like, buffs on, well, in this movie, they did it this way with this such and such. Like, I can tell you that Jason Voorhees went to space and treated a couple of people that were in a simulation like a lock and a sock, but, that's the best I got.
The leprechaun did go to space, too.
He did. He didn't get turned into a cyborg version of himself. But Jason's got that on him.
There was this weird line in it, though, that, like, one of the ladies that was the captain of the ship, she had to be shirtless for whatever reason, and there was something about, like, "What, are you intimidated by my big, massive space boobs?"
Is that a literal line?
That's That's not exactly word for word, but yes. She literally said space boobs.
She said space
She
boobs.
said space boobs.
That wasn't a
It
you.
did
That
one of
was
these.
that was a
It was
writer.
not a me.
That was a writer
that was
for
a choice that they put in there.
That was a writer for a movie with a budget. Said my big space boobs.
Yep.
I want you to look up that exact line on your computer real quick. I want you to give it to me verbatim because I don't need the context. The context is here for me. I need the whole line.
Okay.
Here's the hurricane, by the way. Let's see if it's delicious still. Tastes like a Rockstar juiced, and I used to love those. Look it up.
Okay. I probably should have put it into the robot.
Yeah, the other movie that is meant to be more of a fantastical kind of funny that ended up scaring me more so than anything ever should have was a movie that Warwick Davis was in called Labyrinth. And
He was in that?
mm-hmm. And Labyrinth, it made me get like, I was scared of things that I probably shouldn't have been scared of, but there was a garbage lady in that movie that lived in that
I
lived.
remember you telling me that.
Dude, I had full-blown nightmare fits of her coming around like she was like I would see her walking down the road, like down the sidewalk of the house that I lived in, and there was like you could see the sidewalk for several blocks going down, just walking down the sidewalk, but I could see her walking up the sidewalk and I just knew she was coming to my house. I couldn't do anything about it. I was watching her out the window, the doors were locked, everything was good. I just knew she was coming to the house. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like I wouldn't see her on the sidewalk anymore, and I would like, well, God, where is she? I got to look around, and I would go to the front windows. I wouldn't see her anywhere, and I'd watch out on the front porch, and then I would see a piece of her junk appearing over the top of the bushes.
Gross.
In front of my not like her, you know what I'm talking about, like her junk she was carrying on her back, not like her junk, that like, come on, that's funny the way that I said that.
Yeah.
But no, like her, like the junk that's piled up on her back, a piece of her junk would like, I would see it like in like going over the top of the bushes that were in front of my house, and it would wake me up scared to death. Like I was done. Like I knew as soon as I saw that, like the top of the mountain of junk that coming over the tops of the bushes at the front of the house, like I was dead. She'd get me. She would get into the house. I don't know how she got into the house or why I woke up, but she'd get into that house.
Jeez.
Did you figure it out yet?
No, I'll just have to watch the movie. The closest thing that even the robot said was, this lady was like, "Don't get too excited, boys. On the planet Domenia, when a woman of royal blood shows you her breasts, it's a death sentence."
This is a very 2000 and something movie, and no, it's got to be not. It's either
Oh no, it was 97.
97.
Yep.
Huh? That's funny. Well, no, that was in space. They didn't take him to the hood till the 2000s, did they?
Yeah. Those come after because it was like 1, 2. Let me scroll up. It was like 1, 2, then space. I got my overshot. Yeah, it was 1, 2, 3. Because one was obviously that one. The second one was he was looking for a wife on his 1000th birthday. 3, he went to Vegas. 4, he went to space. He went to the hood in 2000. In 2003, he went back to the hood. In 2014, we found out his origins, and in 2018, he returned.
Oh, the Origins movie?
Yep.
That's...
Yeah, it's supposed that one was dark, but they returned to campy in the returns.
The dark one sucked, just as a movie in general.
I've never seen it.
I did, and I can tell you right now, it sucked.
Yeah, because wasn't they just trying to like basically reboot it? But didn't they make him more like a demon than a leprechaun?
Yeah.
We know leprechauns.
Yeah, he wasn't like the leprechaun stole me pot of gold. He was like that's not what I want from my leprechaun. Like, there's something that's worthy of note for a horror movie that was funny unintentionally.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the one-liners that Freddy Krueger delivers while he's doing all of his kills. Do I have to say unalivings? I don't know how strict the internet
I mean,
is.
we're talking about a movie, so
Yes.
yeah, it's mainly the S word that they really don't like. But I think we're okay with actually just saying, the Leprechaun movie, the Leprechaun killed people.
Like there's a lot of there's a lot of Freddy one-liners in there that come off like so campy and cheesy that it just like
Welcome to my nightmare, bitch.
like just some
Yeah,
of
that
those
that one's kind of funny.
that's like some of them are like gross like shoo cringe. Like in Freddy versus Jason, there was one that rings to the mind that says like he's reaching up in the bathtub with this female character in the bathtub, and it's like his claws reaching up, and she's in a dream, and he grabs her real quick, and he says, "Careful, the first time's always messy." So, I'm like, because this stuff, like, is this supposed to be scary? Because the actual scary Freddy Krueger movie was the one called Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
With wasn't Johnny Depp in that one?
No,
Or was it Keanu?
there was no Nightmare on Elm Street attached to it. The original Nightmare on Elm Street, Johnny Depp was in.
Okay. Yeah.
Every town has an Elm Street.
Oh, all you got to get is some of that creepy, like you get a little creepy, like Jack in the Box style music going a little bit.
Yeah.
That's all it takes is just that, a little bit of a vocal reverb, and that little multi-tonal talking like that. And you say anything involving sleep as a pun, like
Dreams aren't so sweet, are they, bitch?
you're Freddy Krueger. Like that's how.
Right.
Like Robert Englund did a great physical portrayal for Freddy Krueger, as much as he moved and characterized everything, like because he had to, because he couldn't see facial expressions much in that makeup.
That's true.
So he had to emote with the full body, everything.
Didn't they do like a prequel for him, like before he got all burnt and stuff, like his story when he was alive?
I think they told a bit of that within That's It, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. I think they told a little backstory on that. And then again with the new iteration, like the reboot Freddy Krueger
Yeah,
movie.
that's what I'm talking about.
That
The one where they pretty much said that he was a
pedophile.
yeah.
That
Well, I
also
wasn't going to use that word, but yeah.
I mean, I think that's basically long and short of it. Like they focused,
yeah.
they focused less on the Spring Street slasher, I think that's what he was called.
I was going to call them like wood chipper people.
Yeah, that's understandable too. But the newer one focused more on the idea that he might have been a kitty diddler, as opposed to just like he's killing these kids.
Right.
So it put that extra insinuation and made it a much darker, more hateable character.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, and the guy that played him was not a whimsical Freddy. Like, it was a literal like creepy Freddy, but it came off really weird. Like to me, that didn't stick super good. The one line that I can remember that he said that really did like portray like a creepy one liner, as opposed to it being like a campy one liner like the old Freddy stuff.
Yeah.
It's just the way that he delivered. This voice was always struggling for breath, because whenever he died, he was burned to death.
Yep.
So, and the guy that played him, I forget his name, but he was Rorschach in Watchmen. So, it's that voice combined with.
He kind of has a super raspy voice anyway.
So, take that combined with like the idea that he's not got much lung capacity and he's been burned to death.
Okay.
So it's that kind of that.
Well, it's like
because he's a
that
good,
man's natural voice already sounds like that. He has no reason to put on more.
but he's just talking. He says he's in the dream. He's got somebody up against the wall, and he taps the claw against the wall, and he says, "Why are you crying? I haven't even cut you yet." And like that is
That's a creepy line.
That's especially given the backstory, given like all the extra stuff. Like it's a gut wrenching feel.
Oh yeah.
So it like that's a more horror
Oh yeah.
take on the Krueger. And as well as Wes Craven's New Nightmare, to where Freddy Krueger wasn't actually Freddy Krueger. He was a demonic entity that took form and manifested as
Wasn't he
Freddy
like
Krueger.
like a sleep demon or dream demon?
Yes, he was a sleep demon that manifested
Sleep
into
demon,
the.
that's the word.
Yeah, he was a sleep demon that manifested into the real world because Freddy Krueger was no longer being portrayed in movies to siphon that energy from them. Yes.
Oddly enough, my friends that live the next street over.
Yeah.
Well, his wife Alicia is a big horror movie fan. She's actually got a really cool Freddy Krueger tattoo. I don't know if you ever noticed it.
I've never.
But it's on her arm, and because I know they've been in the shop a couple times.
Yeah.
It's like the Freddy claw in almost like a watercolor, the Dream Demons.
Yeah,
It's super cool.
that's neat.
Yeah.
I've watched all the Freddy Kruegers. The ones that actually do give me that have the campy, goofy, funny feel to me. Also, at one point, did creep me out because I was not supposed to be looking and watching
Oh, yeah,
this
of
stuff as a small child.
Yeah.
But I can remember like TNT. TNT always had scary stuff going or action or some shit that I probably shouldn't have been watching as a 5-year-old. But I'm scrolling through there, scrolling. Ha! You didn't scroll in those days. You clicked. I was clicking through. Literally, the remote would go kick, 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 kick. So I'm clicking through, and I find, oh, this is neat. What's going on here? And it's like Freddy Krueger 5, Nightmare on Elm Street 5, the Dream Child.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a scene in there because I'd been taking swimming lessons. And there was a scene in there to where a girl's like about to dive into a pool, and I just learned how to dive.
Mm-hmm.
So I was watching her. I forgot how to dive instantly after seeing this. She was getting ready to dive, and the diving board turned into Freddy Krueger.
Mm.
And then she dove, and when she dove, like trying to escape him, the entire pool turned into like this massive like waterfall kind of thing. And dude, I didn't jump off of a high dive until I was a freshman in high school.
I've jumped off of a high dive twice in my life
Yeah.
because I was determined to try to get over my fear of heights. That did nothing.
Yeah.
Also, public diving boards are not rated for large Americans
Yeah.
because I tried to do a little jump bounce.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a little jump bounce ish. By that I mean I hopped, but when my feet contacted the board, it bent and threw my ass away from it. It said ow. Because it was like, ah! Like
Where was the diving board at?
I don't remember.
Because I know
Probably Echo Valley.
Because I know exactly the sound that the YMCA diving board would have made it if you would have jumped off of that one.
Yeah, it was probably Echo Valley.
It would have gone.
Well, it definitely didn't do that. It just said, ow, oh my God, I'm dying.
Yeah, they finally got that high dive removed because it was not in good shape, even back when I was a lifeguard.
I believe it. It's hard to slow for everything.
Yeah, it's true.
But, okay, so one of my now favorite scary movies, it's not really that scary, but as a child was the most horrifying, scary movie I've ever seen because the actor that was in it, I felt betrayed by him because he was one of my favorite people to watch their movies and TV shows and stuff. Jim Varney in Ernest Scared Stupid. He violated every bit of my trust with that movie.
Tell me about your Ernest Scared Stupid time.
So, I mean,
know what I mean, Burn?
everybody should know who Ernest P. Worrell is, okay? So, he's a lovable doofus, and he's always making contraptions for one thing or another. And then there's Vern and what's the other guy? I can't remember the other guy's name.
I don't remember. I remember Vern.
Vern is in all of them, but sometimes there's another guy too. They're always some kind of authority figure or something. They're like Ernest, don't be dumb, but they're also like buddies, And he's like, I don't know, and he does these little asides as different characters and stuff at different points, like if he's thinking through something. Anyway, so in Ernest Scared Stupid, he accidentally unleashes an evil troll named Trantor in the small town, and the troll turns children into wooden dolls to fuel its powers. And so Ernest has to team up with some of the kids and his dog Rimshot, and they've got to stop this evil troll. And there's a bunch of slapstick and silly gags and stuff, like when they're formulating a plan, he does his little character asides, which come to find out he ad-libbed a bunch of those like throughout his whole time doing it.
That's cool.
With each new idea, he was a different character, so he'd be like the tough guy, like we run in there and we just start blasting, and then he'd be like this old grandma, and we just go in there and we just hit him with our stick, and it's a great movie, and it's family friendly and all that. But as a kid, was the most horrifying thing because I did not want to be one of the little dolls. And the troll, when it would pop out, like,
Dude, there were some things that were made for kids that scared the shit out of me whenever I was a kid. Like there was a Hansel and Gretel like movie that it was out. There was I think it was either Disney or something like that had released it, but it was like literally there were children outside that were baked into cookies, and the children's souls were still in the cookies, and they were yelling for people to save them. And you would like whenever the witch was defeated, they were still trapped in the cookies, but then they had to like peel themselves out of the cookie. Like, oh God. So it was like made you feel like they were just trapped in the cookies, and you got to find out later. It was just they were in cookie stasis, and I love cookies.
Yep. Well, I mean, so some fun facts from this movie.
Real fun facts.
Real fun facts. So, milk ends up being the weakness of the troll.
Oh God.
Its weakness also is Ernest's mispronunciation of the word milk.
How does he say it again?
Miak.
He wants a mick.
M-I-A-K.
Mick.
Yep.
Ah, mick.
Yep. And
Mick. No.
it was the last Ernest film that was released by a major studio. It was Disney.
You want mick?
And Rimshot, that was his doggo.
Mick.
That was his little Jack Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Like his. Like not just an actor dog, it was his dog.
That's cool.
And the movie also, Rimshot gets turned into one of the little dolls at one point.
Oh no.
Yeah, they all turn back after defeating the troll. Obviously,
I've never
it's a
seen
kid's
Ernest
movie.
Scared Stupid.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen Ernest Goes to Camp.
We're gonna have to watch it.
I've just never seen Ernest Scared Stupid. My uncle was friends with Jim Varney.
Are you kidding?
No.
Jim Varney was such a cool dude.
Yeah, dude.
Also, like a giant smoker.
Of course.
Didn't he die of like lung cancer or throat cancer?
Yeah,
it was one of those. It was a smoking cancer.
Yeah, he smoked multiple things, and he also did other things too. That's how him and my uncle got to know each other. Not my uncle that's alive though.
Right.
Neither one of those.
I don't even know where Jim Varney's from.
Here,
from Tennessee.
I believe so.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to figure that out.
I mean, if not from here, then round here. Because he's not from out west. I don't believe he's I don't believe he's from out west. Because that doesn't track for what I've got.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's from the South.
It has to be.
Oh, he was from Lexington, Kentucky.
See, tracks.
I mean, that's not that far.
No, he's from around here. That's within a 4-hour drive.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, yeah, but that's the thing about being in the South, like knowing people associated.
Met Jim Varney?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No, I didn't mean to come off like, oh yeah, my uncle, like they hung out. Jim's a cool guy. No, like.
I mean, that would have been dope. I was like being jealous.
No, it's when they were living in. It's when he lived in Nashville. And they would always hang out during miscellaneous activities.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they were buds.
Still kind of cool though.
That is cool. That is kind of cool. There's a movie out called Speaking of the Trolls, and Milk. Mick. There's a movie called Troll 2.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, there is.
That is both one of the worst movies you'll ever see and one of the most unintentionally funny movies you've ever seen. The fact that the place that they get trapped in this, like, what is that word? What is that franchise to where it is foggy and there's a pyramid? It's Silent Hill. You know, it's like this Silent Hill franchise style fogged out town that's a different portal to somewhere else, kind of.
Gotcha.
So he's trapped in this, but it's in a little village called Neilbog. N-I-L.
Yeah, I've heard
B-O-G.
you say the quote before, but I had no idea what it was from.
And one of the main things that they try to get you to drink is the town's famous Neilbog milk. And it's Nilbog is goblin spelled backwards. So there's not even trolls in the movie Troll 2. They're goblins that are then
There's a giant difference between trolls and goblins.
and
I've never seen this movie.
and the goblins that are used once they transform are the bad makeup masks and costumes of the trolls from Troll the movie, which was not a good movie within itself.
Gotcha.
But there's even a scene to where the
robot says it's so bad it's legendary. Not even trolls, just goblins.
yeah.
Even the robot says it's bad.
Yes, there's no trolls. The one of the best things is like the little boy figures out everybody around him's trying to eat him, and then his reaction is like internet famous, but only that point. Then he goes, "Oh, they're trying to eat me! Oh my god!" You know what I'm talking about?
No, but I can just picture it.
Oh, that's gonna be worth a watch because that is just that is just it's so bad it's funny, and that I don't think that movie was made as a comedy. I think that it was made as like
Well, it was supposed to be it was unintentionally funny.
that absolutely hit with the unintentional funny. For me, I watched it and laughed, and this was sober too. I'm talking like I didn't even run through any garden.
Mm-hmm.
And I just because also there's another movie. It's like Velocipaster did it on like intentionally.
Yeah,
Like they did that intentionally bad.
yeah.
Like that was a clever movie made intentionally bad.
Yes.
I loved it. But this one, they tried. They threw bells, whistles, like practical effect makeup, like stuff melting, like. It's just a bad movie, though. Like Birdemic, another horror movie that is worth just the world's being taken over by birds that are killer birds that are in the sky, and then everybody's doing their best to escape the bird apocalypse. That's actually the second movie, but the Birdemic is all of the birds. And have you ever seen the Birdemic?
I've not.
Look up Birdemic real quick while I talk about it, just so you can see. Just type in birds. From Birdemic, just like you would spell all of the other ones. Oh boy, the world is being tormented, people are being killed, wars are being fought country to country because the birds have turned against us, and all of the birds in the sky look like they have less graphics put into them than those of Duck Hunt. They are tell me about those birds.
Oh,
You know,
number one, the movie picture.
let me see that. I've not seen a promo pic for it. Hopefully, you can plug
It's
that.
a chicken. It's just a chicken.
That's a hawk.
No, that's a chicken.
That's a hawk. That's not the chick. That's not a.
It's a chicken-looking hawk.
That's a chicken hawk.
Yeah, because its face is definitely chicken-esque.
That is that's none of the birds in the movie.
No.
That's the promo bird.
Yeah.
that's promo. That bird's for promo purposes only.
Well, then I scrolled down, and then it's like it's supposed to be a hawk, but it's like anamorph style.
Let me see
one side.
Let me see this.
And then you see its face, and it's like a potato with wings.
Yeah,
Because its face is so its face is a pixel, and you can taste it.
you want to know the best part about it though?
What?
Not every individual bird is rendered differently. You've got that copy pasted like hundreds of times in different directions, in different depths away, in different.
Well, that's amazing.
It was so bad. It was it was laughable how bad it was. The acting in it was some of the worst acting that's ever existed in movies. But I mean, you should,
Worse than Hobo with a Shotgun.
dude. No, nothing. In like Hobo with a shotgun's Oscar worthy in comparison to Birdemic.
That's great.
Dude, I'm fucking serious. Like, you need to watch some of these bad movies to realize how good we got it with some movies.
Well, one of my favorite horror movies now, it's one of those that's supposed to be kind of funny. well, two of my favorites: Tucker and Dale versus Evil and Shaun of the Dead.
Those are great.
Intentionally funny, but they have elements that are horror-y. So you can get a little bit of chills, but it's got a bunch of like comedy sprinkled in there too.
Yeah. The new age stuff to where they have a good blend of the two works out well because I mean, like Cabin in the Woods, it was completely marketed as a horror movie.
I've never seen it. Well, I've seen part of it. I've never seen all of it.
Just seeing Chris Hemsworth being his heroic character, because we know he's now famous in these action movies, and he's gonna make this leap over the gorge, and he's met with a force field halfway through, collides with it, and his bike and him fall to their destruction on a 100-foot cliff. That was the funniest thing I had seen in a long time when I saw it happen, because of the way they executed the shot and the build up and the way it was released. I laughed. I laughed out loud, and I don't know if I was supposed to at it, because I was like, it's worth
It's like when these movies started happening, they didn't tell you that they were supposed to be like the horror comedies. It was the budding age of the genre, because we also had Tucker and Dale versus Evil, and you're following two groups of people. You got the college kids who are out that have this, drinky, fornicatey camping trip in the woods.
Let's go have premarital sex.
Yes. And then you have these two brothers who buy this cabin that's way out in the woods, and they're just trying to fix it up. And then, when they're there, the college kids are like, there's a story of this cabin out here where there's murderers that live. They kill people murderously. Well, the brothers are out like night fishing, and the pretty blonde gets on top of this rock, and she's gonna they're all gonna go skinny dipping or something. So she ends up being like topless, and then she sees them, and she kind of screams a little, and then she trips and falls into the water. So they go to rescue her and get her in the boat. And the one brother's kind of portly. The other one is, I can't remember his name, but the other guy is Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
And so they're like, we got to get her to her friends, we got to make sure she's okay. And they see she's okay, but she's kind of out of it, and they see the college kids. As the college kids see them, the college kids are, oh my God, there's the murdering people. And they go, hey, we got your friend. Like,
oh no, they've got our friend.
They've got our friend. Yeah. And then so they start running after them, and they start running away, but they don't want to leave her there because they don't know if she's, going to die or not. And so there's these whole series of events of these college kids brutally dying because they're just from accidents. They're just genuine accidents.
They're just trying to run away from a non-existent threat.
Exactly.
Until there is an actual threat.
Yep.
And then it's almost like they accidentally stepped into the world of Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Which those movies too are kind of funny.
I've never seen those, but didn't they do like a TV show?
Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Yeah. Well, see, I didn't realize that I've seen the first Evil Dead because I did end up watching it after we talked about it on here one time.
Yeah.
But anyway, so when I first seen the show, I was like, what is this? Because it looked kind of Fallout-y, and I'm a fan of Fallout and Fallout-y things. And so I tried watching it, not knowing what it was, and then I was there forever just because, honestly, I watched half of one episode, and I was just like, I don't know, man, and I turned it off.
Yeah, if you had watched the entirety of the Evil Dead,
I'm sure if I watched all of them, it would have been great.
Because it was like a falling off of like Ash, like where's he gone? Like how is is the threat over with? What's happening? Because the last time you got to see him was number one, whenever he had the Army of Darkness movie. He got sent back to his time, and he was back in his workplace. But a piece of the evil had seeped through to his reality, and he ended up killing that. They were like charging at him in the store, and he got the shotgun out right in the middle of the store and got it going.
Yeah.
So he was ready to go. So then after that, nothing. Then they made the Evil Dead reboot just called Evil Dead, as opposed to The Evil Dead, just called Evil Dead. and it was a more serious take, a darker take on it. The very last thing that happened on the screen before the screen blacked out, you got a side profile of Jeremy. Is it
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell. Who's Jeremy Campbell? I don't know. Probably a person I know. Bruce Campbell, side of his face, and it just was him in like this kind of like sepia tone, and it just said his catchphrase. It's just one word. He said, "Groovy." And for a fan, that was dope as shit. Because I was, you don't know what to expect when there's after credits anything like in these days. But seeing that, I was just like, I thought they were gonna like combine the franchises, and they ended up going Ash versus Evil Dead, and nothing was expanded more with that darker universe with him present in it or anything. So it wasn't. It was still a cool little like Easter egg from from the originals, but oh wait a minute, hold on, what's that? That's the buzzer, dude.
Dang,
we did it.
That's what it was, man. These stupid episodes, they get shorter and shorter every week.
I tell you, back when we first started it, and then we just like we'd have to stretch an hour for forever.
No, it's hour goes by real quick these days. I mean, time is a concept that's developed by other people.
It's just a man-made construct.
It's just it's just
I'm just out here just living it. This is just vibing. Just man.
It's just absolutely just one with the waves, man. Just got to be shredding the gnar of life. Thanks for joining us. This has been our goofy, spooky introduction for Spooktober.
We're going to get darker as we go.
Not like, maybe we'll just adjust the lights a little bit.
Not like we're slowly putting the grapes in your ass. I don't like that.
Heave-ho, raise a glass to the stories we entwine with laughter, louder knowledge vast, nerded through the grapevine. Heave-ho, come join the crew, we'll share our tales divine, from D&D to MCU,